For thousands of years, people have reported mysterious beings from fiery skies to the depths of remote lakes. Remarkable. The stories are often strikingly similar, despite vast geographical distances. Could it be that ancient myths are based on real experiences? Fossils, unexplained sightings, and cultural parallels all point in that direction. Perhaps every legend hides a shadow of the truth, an echo from times long past. Number 7. Firebird. The firebird, better known as the phoenix, is one of the most famous mythological creatures. In numerous cultures, it is described as a radiant bird that bursts into flames to be reborn from its own ashes. A symbol of immortality, renewal, and light. But could a real animal have inspired this myth? In North Africa and parts of Asia, giant birds of prey once lived, such as the Aegypius, a massive vulture with a wingspan of over 3 meters. Even more impressive was the now extinct Haast's eagle of New Zealand. With talons as large as a lion's paw and wings each up to 3 meters long, it was capable of hunting large prey such as giant moas. Such majestic birds, combined with natural phenomena like lightning, bushfires, or volcanoes, could have provided the inspiration for the phoenix. Especially in hot, dry regions where embers and the sun are central forces of life, the connection is obvious. A mighty bird born from fire. Number 6. Gobi deathworm. In the heart of Mongolia's Gobi Desert, people tell stories of a deadly creature. A worm up to 1 meter long, as thick as a thigh, with bright red skin, said to be able to spit acid and kill with electricity. The so-called Algoi Kokoi. The Gobi deathworm is considered one of the most terrifying creatures in Central Asian folklore. There is no scientific evidence for the existence of the deathworm, but biologists point to possible real-world counterparts. Giant sandworms, bizarre reptiles like the Mongolian deathfinger, a venomous skink, or poisonous snakes that lurk deep beneath the sand. The Gobi is home to extreme life forms, many of them well camouflaged, or still unexplored. In addition, fossil finds of extinct burrowing reptiles, such as those from the group of amphisbaenians, suggest that there really were bizarre underground predators in Earth's history. Perhaps the death worm was once a real creature, or an exaggeration of several sightings merged into a dangerous myth. Number 5. Werewolf. He is indispensable in European mythology. A human who transforms into a ferocious wolf creature during the full moon. Half animal, half human, driven by bloodlust, thirst, and an inner compulsion. Even in ancient Greece, people spoke of lycanthropy, the transformation into a wolf-like being. Historically, many werewolf legends can be traced back to real medical conditions. People with hypertrichosis, extreme body hair, or psychotic states may once have been interpreted as transformed beings. In medieval court records, numerous werewolf trials appear, often associated with accusations of cannibalism or demonic possession. Moreover, large wolf packs lived in Europe until the late Middle Ages, attacking villages. The real danger posed by wolves, combined with inexplicable human behavior, may have led to the merging and comparison of the two. An enemy that hunts in both worlds, in the animal kingdom and right among us. Number 4. Ogopogo. In Okanagan Lake in Canada, locals have been reporting for centuries about a water creature called Ogopogo. With a long serpentine body, the head of a horse, and an enormous length, it is said to slither through the lake, according to witnesses, in wave-like movements. The similarity to the Scottish Nessie is striking, as is the resemblance to prehistoric wildlife. The plesiosaur, a marine reptile from the Cretaceous period, had a long neck, flipper-like limbs, and may have survived in legends through fossil discoveries or cultural memories. In fact, there are geological phenomena in Okanagan Lake that create inexplicable waves or movements known as seiches. Combined with dark water, shadow effects, and centuries-old stories, It's easy to get the impression of a lake monster, Ogopogo, perhaps not a plesiosaur in the literal sense, but an example of how natural phenomena, fossils, and collective imagination can create a seemingly living creature. Number 3. Wendigo. The Wendigo comes from the mythology of the Algonquin people in northern Canada. It is described as a supernatural being, gaunt with sunken eyes, grey skin, and an insatiable hunger for human flesh. It embodies greed, winter, isolation, and the moral decay brought on by cannibalism. Interestingly, in psychology, there is a phenomenon known as Wendigo psychosis, a condition in which those affected feel compelled to eat people, even though food is available. Such cases have been documented primarily in remote regions of North America. Additionally, anthropologists report that many indigenous legends, such as that of the Wendigo, served as cautionary tales, especially during times of famine, to uphold social rules. The Wendigo is therefore not just a demon, but also a symbol of dehumanization brought on by extreme situations, whether as a mythological being or a cultural warning. The Wendigo stands at the intersection between real horror and supernatural morality. Number 2. Gargoyle. Gargoyles are grotesque stone figures that lurk on old cathedrals. With bat wings, sharp teeth, and animalistic human features. In architecture, they served as waterspouts, but in legends, they are the guardians against evil. Alive at night, turned to stone by day. Interestingly, there is evidence that the idea of the living gargoyle partly stems from fossil discoveries of flying reptiles like pterosaurs. These creatures with leathery wings, long snouts, and claws may have inspired medieval artists, especially when such fossils were found in European fields or quarries. Moreover, several primal fears are combined in the gargoyle: the fall from above, the silent attack in the darkness, the alien. The stony appearance becomes the symbol of a hidden predator. Between artwork and living warning. Number 1. El Gran Maja. In Latin America, especially along the Caribbean coast, people tell stories of a gigantic sea creature called El Gran Maja. A serpent of enormous size with razor-sharp long teeth capable of making the sea boil. While El Gran Maja is largely a fictional figure, there are real-life counterparts. Paleophis colosseus, a prehistoric sea snake, reached lengths of over 12 meters. Leviathan melvillei, a prehistoric predatory whale with enormous teeth and the absolute apex predator of its time, may also have inspired such myths. Especially in tropical waters, where large creatures rarely appear at the surface, speculation quickly arises. Deep shadows, sudden whirlpools, or missing fishing boats provide fertile ground for the legend of El Gran Maja. A myth deeply rooted in cultural memory and perhaps an echo of sea giants that once truly existed.